Hello.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh shoot, hold on. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right.
Can y'all hear me?
I'm still trying to get logged into the actual stream. Hold on.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Mary's Place, Pet Smart, Trolling Annie, Owl Love, and Round Eye. Thanks for
Howdy,
joining us.
y'all.
Hey, Emily. Everybody see Emily Walton? That's my sister.
Oh, hello,
My true
Emily.
sister. My blood sister. I don't know where Emma is.
Uh,
I'm just waiting for her to come in. So, what'd y'all think of the stream tonight?
well, Emma streams are normally pretty awesome, but this this particular punk out of JP was very funny.
He is insane. I mean,
I
just the things he
I
says are like, what?
I reserve this particular because it's used this particular word because it's used so much in media, but he is an actual misogynist.
I agree. I totally agree.
I, I use the term sparingly, but yeah, I think I told Emma that actually. Um, but yeah, I can't stand him. I can't. uh, I'm kind of like Hatman a little bit with the guilty pleasure of watching wrestling, even though I'm older. I know it's fake. It's pretty much a male soap opera. But I hey Olaf. Um, but yeah, I hate the fact that he likes something that I like.
I know, right? It's you feel dirty. I mean, I can barely even listen to him. Emma, I sent you a link. Hey, Thunder Rain. Hey, Shadowrunner. Emily the Strange.
Yeah, the
Hey.
bang bang was a cactus jack.
Do you think that was real blood on his head?
No, I think he did a ketchup packet.
Yeah, because he kind of went off screen for a minute and then he had it dripping down. But it was dripping kind of fast. I was like, it must not be Heinz ketchup, cheap
Either that
ketchup.
or he mixed something up. I mean, me personally, I thought it'd be funny if he had like grabbed a Tabasco packet or something and it got in his
I
eyes.
would have loved to get it in his eyes. Hey, let it go.
Oh,
Emma, are you coming?
that's what she said.
She's the leader of the Latin Keats. That had me
Dollar
rolling.
store ketchup, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he I kept thinking, if it really was the leader of
Hey,
the
What's up?
Emma.
The fuck you two doing up here? It's me, the fucking Latin Keats.
Hey, what's up, Holmes? How you doing,
What
man?
you doing, say? Why you fucking up here with my girl, man? I'll fucking kick your ass. You made me not have no teeth. Fucking sounding like goddamn Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Hold on. Where did my profile picture go? Why does StreamYards always do this stupid shit? Hold on.
I don't know, but if you put a picture up here and you don't have a teardrop tattoo, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Listen, I can't work that quickly. And don't say shit like that, because then Olaf will start turning me into a like fucking Hispanic fucking some stupid shit.
She's gonna make you. She's gonna make you look like Michael from The Office when he does his gangster bit with
Oh,
a purple
where'd she go?
bandana.
She went to make a face with the with the teardrop on it. So I missed. Okay, Olaf, you brought up perfume. I missed a lot of that. My mom fell, so I had to go and check on her. So I missed some of the first of the stream. So I missed some of that perfume addict stuff. Is she back?
Yeah, yeah, she's back. She put out 2 videos, and I, man, I tell you, I was listening to the videos Emmett was playing, and I couldn't, I could barely follow her thought process.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I threw myself out of StreamYards.
There's something wrong with the way she processes things, and I've always thought we went back to talk about perfume.
Oh, perfume. Yeah, I covered that for like a fucking hour that I wasn't even planning on covering.
I missed it because I went to my mom's house. Olaf, she's okay. Thank you for saying something. She's fine.
What happened?
My mom fell and had a big goose egg on the back of her head. So I went over there. My sister called me and I went over and checked on her and we called her doctor and he said, I think everything will be okay, but he wants to see her tomorrow. So my sister's kind of watching over her. So
she better be careful.
Yeah, she started taking Myrbetriq recently, and I think it's been making her dizzy. I don't know. So anyway, she's gonna go see the doctor tomorrow, but she's okay. She's okay.
Good.
So, and my sister was in here. I don't know if she's still here or not. But no, we were talking about perfume because I missed the first part of that, and I didn't know that she had come back.
You know what? Like I had no gusto to do Barb or JP tonight. I winged the whole stream. I was just like, I can't. Like I'm just like, I just have no like. Honestly, I was just telling DMS that like with Barb, like it's getting to the point now where like after 10 minutes, I can't stand her to the point that I'm like, I'm zoning out and I'm just thinking of different ways that I would like to take fly swatters to different parts of her.
Emily, that's not true.
Huh?
That's not true. You're a lot of help. I'm glad you're there. My sister, Emily.
Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. So go ahead. Yeah. I can't.
She's just she just repeats herself so much. And like JP's the same, like just repeats himself over and over and over and over again. And it's like, how many times can we listen to Barb say we're getting arrested and we're getting this and it's just the same over and over. So like I actually was, if you noticed at the beginning, like the first hour and a bit of the stream where I was covering perfume, I actually enjoyed it because it was new, something just fresh,
Right.
Not that I want to like attack her. I'm just saying that like it's something different finally, like I could like address. But I mean, her, like I hope she stops. It's not like I want her to continue doing what she's doing, but like her whole thought process is just warped. Like to blame Olaf for like her own behavior, and like Olaf doesn't have like any type of relationship with PvP and like Amanda, that's her boyfriend, like Amanda, Amanda Bubba, that's always in my streams too,
right?
Like, that's her boyfriend PvP. Like but Olaf, like she'll talk to them in chats and stuff, but like it's not like she has like a personal relationship. And so like I don't even know what the issue was with her with perfume and PvP. Like I don't even know why they all like have, it's not my business and nor do I care. You know what I mean? Like it's not like we all have our own beefs with people, you know what I mean? But my point is that like I don't know the backstory of it, and I to my knowledge from talking to Olaf, she didn't know the backstory of it. And Olaf was just like, I'm gonna take her wrench, man. She's fucking blocking people left, right, and center just for no fucking reason other than her hurt feelings. And when you do that in someone's chat and you're abusing your wrench like that, like it's one thing if somebody's coming in and they're doxing and they're dropping like end towers or things like that, and they're just acting like complete degenerates, like to the point where it's like your people's doxes and stuff are coming out and like stuff like that. It's just, you know what I mean? I understand if it's like that. But if it's just like somebody's like hurting your feelings, somebody comes in, like Amanda comes into Olap's chat, her premiere, she's not even talking about perfume or anything, but because she's dating PvP, blocked. And
Right.
the way she was doing it too, she wasn't even doing it in the premieres so Olap could see like boom, 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 like all these people getting blocked. She was going back in, like I said, waiting for the chat replay and
And
blocking
blocking them.
people.
Who
Like
is
if
she
I blocked,
blocking?
she was blocking like everybody. She was blocking like Amanda because Amanda dates PvP. Like again, she can't control what he's doing, like just like I can't control what Hatman does, you know? But I don't know all the people. I just remember Olaf saying that there was like quite a few people in her block list that she was like, why the hell are these people blocked, you know? And
Right.
as soon as Perfume came into Olaf's stream and saw that her wrench was gone, she flew off the handle and just like she blamed everything on Olaf. She's like,
Right.
you allowed these people to do this to me, basically, and like, um, it
Didn't
reminded me,
PvP
huh?
didn't PvP make a picture of her face that had like big lips or something?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
had
but
Like,
like Skeletor or something.
he just put like big lips on. He put big lips on her with like a freaking syringe, saying she got lip filler, and like her whole world came to an end over that. Like Jesus, my whole face got put like a zombie filter on it with a pig nose and brown teeth and a receding hairline, and I brought it up on my stream and laughed at it. People
yeah.
put like, you remember Paula? She used to do so much shit with me and like put my head on like all these like 700-pound women and like do all this gross cringy shit with my pictures and stuff. And it's like, whatever, like it comes with YouTube. Like if you're going to be that soft on the platform, like it's probably not good for your mental health, you know?
Right. Right. Emily
Like if,
Emily was asking a little bit about what we're talking about. Perfume Addict was somebody who used to be in here watching everybody, all the streams and participating with everybody, and then she all of a sudden just got angry at everybody and started making videos talking about how everybody was mean and uh, bringing up, I'm not going to say it, but bringing up, her abusers and that we
yeah,
were talking about that, especially Olap, and Olap never said a word
she was
about
so
any of that.
confused. Like I could understand if Olaf was making videos on her and stuff, right? Like I think I saw that Olaf made a video now, which is it's deserved at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hold on. Olaf says she was reacting to being trolled like a cow. I didn't support it. That's embarrassing. I don't want that as a mod. And then when I seen all the blocked people, I assumed it was her. The end. Yeah, I haven't had anyone blocked since. Exactly. And like, there's people in Olaf's chat that like I don't vibe with, and you know what I do? I just ignore them. I
Well,
just
yeah.
don't I just don't pay attention to them. I like talk to other people in the chat and move on with my life because I'm not going to make my friends like if I block somebody in Olaf's chat, she knows first of all I haven't done it. But if I did block somebody in Olaf's chat, she'd know that there was a damn good reason I did it. You know what I mean? She'd know it wasn't because I was just being fucking spiteful over some nonsense. You know what I mean?
Right.
It would be like me saying like, no, this person is like Chiba with a different name, that's why I blocked them, and like they've like doxed me everywhere and like doxed hats and doxed so many people, there's a difference.
Right.
It's not just me being like, well, I have some beef with this person, I don't really like them, so I'm gonna block the shit out of them, and also doing it in that way where you're being sneaky as fuck and going back into the live when the chat replay is going and
Right.
blocking them where the fucking channel owner can't see that you're doing that shit.
Right. I that's what I was wondering, because I thought I don't remember seeing anybody getting blocked in her stuff. And so
No, because she was doing
that's
it
how
like
she's
that.
doing it.
She was waiting for Olaf's stream or her premieres to be done. Then, about 30 minutes later, your chat replay is available. And then she was going back into the chat replay and blocking people there. That's a
Wow.
sneaky, douchey thing to do, and you're abusing your wrench if you're doing that.
It is, and you don't need to have one.
No, you should be. If there's a reason that you need to block somebody and it's that important, you block them right there so that the channel owner can see it. Or if you see if you catch a live replay or you catch the replay and there was some big problem, go to Olap or whoever the channel owner is and say like, hey, this person was in your chat replay. This is what's going on. I don't feel comfortable with it, and let her decide. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different. I mean, I think there's different, like, I don't know, I don't want to say like tiers, but I mean, like, if you talk to Olaf every day, it's probably going to be different than someone that barely talks to her that has a wrench just because she has like a creator wrench or something, you know?
Right.
Like if you block somebody in my chat, for example, or Olaf blocks somebody in my chat, or Round Eye or DMS or Thunder Rain blocks somebody in my chat, or Salty Peach, like the people that have wrenches, exactly, Olaf says. If people have wrenches in my chat, I trust them implicitly, and I know that they don't over police, and I know that like if they block somebody, I'm not worried about it. And like, you know what I mean? Like if I saw Olaf block somebody in my chat, I wouldn't even think about it. You know, if I saw Round Eye or you do it, I wouldn't even think twice about it because I would know you're doing it for like an extreme reason, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to. I don't ask for wrenches anywhere I go. If people
No,
give them to me,
me
I'm
either.
grateful.
For sure.
But I don't. I tend not to block unless it's something really heinous, or you come out specifically and say, "Hey, block on site."
Yeah, exactly. Like I said that last week because that Chiba person came in and I was like, if you see them, gone. I don't even care. Don't ask me. Don't let them. I don't care if they're being nice. Out, get out. Because I've given them an opportunity to come back and stop being a degenerate, and they still do it.
Well,
You
and
know?
if there's somebody who comes in with some stupid troll name and says something nasty, I block them. You
Yeah,
know, no
that's different. I
reason to
mean, I
keep
don't even
that
look.
around.
I mean, if I see any of you guys blocking people, I don't even think about it. I'm just like, do it. I mean, I had an instance. I had an instance once where like, or twice actually, where I had to take two people's wrenches. I've taken other wrenches before just because if I don't see you a lot in my chat and like there's no real reason for you to have one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you're never there kind of thing, or kind of you've moved away or whatever from, you know, I'm not like JP where I'm going to like cut my heart out if people don't, you know, aren't in there anymore or something like that. But there's been two
Just
different
get mashed
times.
potatoes.
Right? Like there's that video he put up thanking everybody. He shows his mashed potato shelf and there's like 40 things of mashed potatoes on there. How much sadder is your life? You want to seriously talk about how we're all outcasts while you're showing us your Idaho mashed potatoes?
He's the Stay Puft made the Stay Puft mashed potato man.
Oh my god, it's so
So gross.
embarrassing. We just
Sorry,
haven't
I
been
don't
there
eat.
enough for Emma.
I don't eat flaky mashed potatoes.
And the thing is like, you know, it's kind of sad with Perfume. Like she's always been weird, and like I never watched her stuff, and she would always leave me like 5 or 6 comments in my streams because she's in the UK, right? So she's, you know, on a different time zone, so she'd watch my stuff on replay, and you know, I always was like, you know, that's nice because she's like would leave me lots of interaction and stuff in my comments. But she would be like, you know, great, like, you know, rip Barb apart, tear her up, and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, and then somebody literally is doing some light trolling on you and you flipped your whole ass shit.
Right.
You know, and she's sitting there being like, I'm 56 and I look pretty good. Okay, but if you feel like you look pretty good, then why do you care what other people think?
Right.
How many times have
I
you
don't
heard
care
me
what
say,
people
like,
say.
I don't care what people think? I go from being 700 pounds to too skinny. Like JP's like, I saw a full body picture of you. You've got no ass and you've got nothing on you. Because he likes bigger women, right? So it's like I go from being fat to tiny. So which one is it? I don't care. I don't care what people think, you
Yeah, I
know?
don't care what you have to say about me.
Yeah.
That's,
I don't care.
that's insecurity on her part. Just like the reason why Barb and JP repeat themselves. They, if they, this is my opinion, but in their
Night, Kyle.
minds, if they say it enough, it'll become real.
Well, and
Right.
You know?
I brought up that thing of the 9 narcissistic traits, and did you not see everybody hit 9? She has
Yeah.
all of them.
Can somebody
Oh
post
yeah.
both Barb and JP's links
Yeah, I'll
in the
do it right
chat?
now. I'll grab it. Hang on.
I actually don't have my computer with all that stuff, and I'm on my tablet and my phone. So sorry, but
Harvey's
yeah,
damn fine.
Get those links. They're gonna already be in
you
the chat.
know, I think also with their repeating stuff, it's a little bit of self-preservation on their part because they're trying to salvage what's left of their fragile egos because they've been, you know, life. Well, their own poor decisions have made them what they are.
Right. No, nobody's going to troll you unless you've done something. And I don't mean it's necessarily that you've done something wrong, but if you've pointed out that somebody else has done something wrong, you can't expect that nobody's gonna come after you, you know. So,
Hmm.
and but then she was always posting stuff about her. You know, she'd come on video and then she would post about her fragility and how, you know, she couldn't watch anymore because it was triggering her, but then she'd be right back saying stuff. So Emily, those links are in the chat if you can see them. But you know, she was always doing that. She would come on and it was never in her videos, it was always in her community saying that she was, you know, she was having a hard time and all of this was triggering her, and then the next day she'd be back in everybody's chats going after whoever was being shown.
Well, yeah,
um
she comes across as a glutton for punishment almost.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like she enjoyed it. um
exactly.
like she enjoyed it, but
That you know what? I just thought about this. That almost comes across as like one of those a sign that someone has been abused, so they go back to that kind of stuff. That because at a certain point they kind of crave that attention. It becomes almost like a security blanket for them.
yeah,
Does that make
yeah,
sense?
negative or positive.
Mm-hmm.
Annie. I'm fat too, but that's okay.
That's
I
okay.
wear
I'm
it like
fat.
a badge. I wear it like a badge. But you know, um, and I everybody has their insecurities. You know, obviously you don't see my face on here. Um, you did on the first one, but you know, we've all got some insecurities. But you know, it's part of who we are, and we either have to be happy with who we are, or change it, or get off YouTube.
But there's no,
Yeah.
like, the thing is like, you can hear, you guys can still hear me, right? Because I keep like booting myself out of the damn Discord or
Yeah,
the,
we can hear you.
okay. Like I even told her, like, she's like, I'm 56 and I look great and blah blah blah, and like, and I'm just like, she's like, I've not had any Botox. Like, come on, girl. Yes, you have. Like, I'm way the fuck younger than her, and I've had goddamn Botox around my eyes. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. If you feel fine with getting it, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, have I done my whole face where I'm just like, I look like a cat? No, I've had a little bit around my eyes for like crow's feet. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it if you feel good about the way you look. Like, I mean, yeah, for me, I was like I want to get rid of these crow's feet. I feel like I'm like starting to look old.
There's nothing wrong
But
with that.
there isn't, like, and it's not like I pumped my face full of it. I literally had it done one time. I had like the lowest units done because I'm European, I'm Italian, so like we age like fine wine, and the dermatologist was like, you don't need a lot, you just need like a little. She's like, they're more smile lines than anything, because when I have my face the way it is in my avatar, you don't see them, but then when I have like a big smile, you would. So I'm like, I hate that. I want them smoothed out. So she's like, you really only need like a little bit, like in the corners. I was like, great. Do what you got to do to make it look like I'm younger. Like, death becomes her, like the movie. I'm like, fix my face. And she's like, that's all you really need. And I was like, and I use like really great skincare. Like Peach and I will talk about skincare and stuff like that often, because even like stuff you eat can like create, skin issues and stuff,
Hey,
Um,
Kate.
huh?
I said, hi, Kate.
Oh, hey, Kate. I just looked at the chat. Sorry. So I try to like, eat well as well, like, cause it's, what you're putting in your body also reflects on your skin, right?
Right.
Yes, I do, Peach. Emma loves her skincare. I really do. Like I do invest a lot of money in skincare. I really do. But like she can't be sitting there saying she's 56 and all she's done is take care of her skin. I can't. She even mixed an anesthesiologist and an esthetician together.
Well,
When you started naming off all the stuff that she's done for a living, I thought, oh Christ, this is the British trash panda.
She
This,
sounds ridiculous. Like you're in bed you're in she doesn't even make sense. I'm bed bound 5 days of the week because of my trauma. I don't what?
I
yeah,
wondered if that meant she was like, she stays in her house like she's a recluse.
I mean, whatever, sure. But also she's a lawyer, an accountant, a pharmacologist, and an aesthetician is what she said. She's a psychologist. Look, if you have all of these things and then somebody puts a picture trolling you on the internet and that makes you lose your whole mind, like that last week when I looked at her account where gone forever. First of all, how you're 56 years old and you're doing that shit like gone forever. Come on.
hmm
And then you're making your about section basically an unaliving letter. Like you
right.
need to. And then she said she goes, I did take a break, ma'am. You've been gone for 6 days. You've literally
That's right.
you've been not even
Yeah.
6 days, 5 days. And she said in those 5 days she's gotten her mental health back on track, and in the same breath said she attempted the unaliving. And I was like, you should perhaps take more than 5 days off. And
Well,
not because not because I believe she attempted it. I don't, and that's just my
no,
opinion.
we
I'm
didn't
allowed to have it.
sneeze.
I'm allowed to have that opinion. Um, but
No, that wasn't me
and
sneezing.
she said that shit she pulled last week was not attention seeking. It absolutely was, because when I went and looked at her channel, and the reason I turned notifications off on her channel is because I had gotten like a notification for like a community tab, because they're doing that now on YouTube where you'll get like a notification for people's community tab posts. Like some of them, it just depends. So I remember I got one of hers, and I just remember reading it and just it made me uncomfortable, because she was like, I've been essayed and DV'd and this and that, and she just was like going into such detail about it that I
Right.
felt uncomfortable. It's like, what do you even say in something like this? Like when you're making a post like this, you're really looking for people to just be like, I'm so sorry, what can I do for you? You're a strong woman. She wants that. And I know that sounds really bad for me to say this, but I refuse to feed into that behavior.
Right.
YouTube is not a therapist. If you're feeling that kind of way, you need to seek help.
Agreed.
I agree. I
At the
agree.
end
It
of
doesn't need to be
you
here.
Yeah, YouTube is not like a place for you to come and, act like a hot mess. I mean, you can act like a hot mess. I just mean like if it's triggering her mental state to that level, like you need help.
Right. No, I agree. And you know, she loved to brag about a lot of stuff. She'd talk about her cars. She'd talk about her. Okay, so who is who is XXX with the laughing face?
I think that's probably PvP. I could be wrong, but I think it is, because he does change his accounts like every
Okay,
day.
I saw you in
I
the other
could be
stream, and I
wrong.
didn't know who you were, so
I
I'm
could
just
be
asking.
wrong. I could be wrong, but I do think that might be who it is. And thank you very much. I appreciate that, Triple X.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Oh, there you
PvP.
go. Okay, okay.
Because they change
Well, welcome,
their accounts all the time. But I mean,
welcome,
and
everybody.
I don't even know what the issue between PvP and her was. The only reason I knew there was even an issue at all is because she went like scorched earth on Olaf and was blaming Olaf for like letting all these people out of blocking jail. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? I was so angry about that.
Somebody else used to do that.
Hmm?
Paula used to do that.
To who?
The moon.
About what?
She went in and blocked a bunch of people
Oh,
when she had a wrench.
Oh, did she?
Yep. So it's just sneaky and snaky and gross.
Yeah, I don't block unless it's like
Okay, Annie.
absolutely necessary, you know?
Right. No, I mean, I think people are allowed to come in here and disagree.
Hmm.
You can say whatever you want to, but as long as you're not being nasty or disrespectful to anybody.
It's
Yeah,
funny you
that's the
say
thing.
that. I would go into and it's only happened like I don't know, like half a dozen times, but I would go into Barb's chat and I followed the rules to the T, and that bitch still blocked me.
Yeah.
That's because she sees you with like a wrench in my chat. That's why.
Yeah.
And in Hatman's. That's why. And
Hey,
that's
Isaac.
why. Hey.
Yeah,
Hi,
she'll
Isaac.
block you. She'll say, I saw you in the other chat, and then you're blocked.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
allowed to be in those
But I don't
rooms.
watch. But I don't watch.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not allowed to be in those rooms and then be in here. It's like a 5-year-old. But she
You're
They're
said
all
allowed
that.
to
like
come in
5 years.
here. You're allowed to come
No.
in here as long as you obey the rules. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
she's
that.
literally a classic narcissist. She calls us narcissists, whatever the hell she says. But then,
Narcissistics.
yeah,
Narcissistic.
narcissistics. And then when I bring up the freaking 9 traits of a narcissist, this bitch nails all 9.
Last night she was streaming where I was telling you I was in there and she kept asking me what I wanted to do, what I wanted her to do for her, her diamond art. And I kept telling her she's probably going to block me. She'll hear it. But
She just says the
um,
dumbest shit, though. Like she said in the last week, I didn't get to cover it tonight. I was so unprepared. She said last week, several times actually, she said, and for those of you that's saying that my stuff's not good and it's ugly, I'm gonna sue all of you, and it's against the laws to say my stuff's ugly because then it prevents people from buying my stuffs. And I'm like, well, I'm allowed to say I don't like something. Like if you go shopping with one of your friends, you never been shopping with somebody and your friend like pulls out a shirt and she's like, "Ooh, I love this," and I'm like, "Ugh, no." But if you like it, buy it. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I've bought clothes and like shoes that I've been like out with friends and they're like, not for me. And I'm like, okay, well, I like them, so I'm getting them. You're like if like people on the internet's opinion, I mean, her stuff is ugly. I don't care what anyone says. It's hideous. It looks like a 4th grader made it for their parent.
Right. Now
Yeah.
I have to say there was something she made the other day that I actually kind of liked. I couldn't believe it. It
Oh
was like
God.
some coasters with rocks in it.
Mm-hmm.
That those were decent looking, but the rest of it all looks like trash.
It is trash, and on principle, I wouldn't buy anything from her, even if it was
No, I
cute.
would never buy anything from her just because.
I said on it, I think it was Castle Duloc's video, maybe. I think it was his. Anyway, that JoJo's house with all Barb's crap in there looked like a thrift store.
Yeah, she's like, I bought this from Bob. I bought this from Bob. I bought this from Bob. I gave this to my daughter. I bought this from Bob. And with a Latin Keiths. The Latin Keiths. Okay, Castle, be the Latin Keiths. And when I said that on Olaf's, she's like, bitch, the Latin Keys. She's like, she's saying the Latin Kings, like the gang. And I'm like, oh my God, all I can hear is the Latin Keys. She's like,
I heard you say that.
I don't have teeth, and maybe you don't have teeth either. Sounding like fucking Iron Mike Tyson up there.
Yeah, it's either a bad lisp or she gums her steak to death. So one of the two.
I think she's missing a bunch of
teeth.
But the way she talks, see, this is what I mean. Barb is such a liar about like, you come in here and you got a potty mouth, I'm gonna block you. And it's like, you're full of shit. You don't block. You block if somebody comes into her chat and says we're terrible, she won't block you. But if you go in there and say like, Barb, I don't like you, then you get blocked. You're horrible because she doesn't like potty mouths. You know what I mean? And then you got her head mod, the Latin Keats over there, swearing like a sailor.
Fernando Sanchez, Barb is hot.
The only reason she keeps Barb around is because the only reason she keeps JoJo around is because she buys all that junk. And watch, they're gonna have a falling out.
Brady.
You know, like she's had a falling out with every single friend she's had. She's had a falling
everybody.
out. And that's
Everybody.
also a narcissistic trait. Is
It
people think
does
you're
vary.
nice at first and then they find out like what you actually are.
She's
Yeah.
ugly. And she's
Hey
so
Brady.
proud of it. She's so
So
proud of her stuff. Go ahead.
I gotta say this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was dying. I almost choked on my mac and cheese because I was trying to scarf down some dinner. When you played JP and his balls finally dropping,
Oh,
with his voice breaking,
that
because
voice though.
he sounds like this. Sounds like a dog squeak toy. I got my dog squeak toy in the bedroom with me. So
Well, Isaac said I died because I saw Isaac said he was channeling his inner Whitney Houston when he hit that because he was like, I don't want you to send me a goddamn
I couldn't
thing.
understand what he said.
He's like, I'm gonna get a goddamn shotgun and blow my head off on my new channel. Like his voice was cracking every 3 seconds. It was hysterical. Perfume also came for Candy when she thought she was trolling her. Perfume said, Candy Morgan, you're a retard and your personal info will be posted on the dark web. Just like the
What?
blue. What? That is, oh yeah, I think Olaf told me that.
she went straight Paulo on that one. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't like, and that's what
Oh.
and I hate that. I hate when like that happens and it's like somebody that was like chilling out over here and then they just go totally crazy and you're just like, what's going on? And like I knew that Perfume was like strange, and that's why like after I read that community tab post and I like was checking out some of her videos, I was like, she's saying a lot of stuff that makes me uncomfortable. So like I stayed subscribed, but I turned off like all notifications so I wouldn't get like her notes and stuff. But so I never watched anything beyond like that community post. And then all of a sudden she sees her name in gray in Olaf's chat and she sees that Olaf unblocked all of the people she sneaky blocked. And yeah, then she like Olaf was like then like in cahoots with everybody and to blame for everything, and I'm just like, you better stop because I will literally stand in front of Olaf and put my hands out and be like, get through me first and then I'll let the big dog come and like punch you in your face,
Wow. Yeah,
because
it's
it's
Uh,
just
bizarre.
because like Olaf can take care of herself, but I'm just like, you're not going to talk about her like that and make her seem like, when Olaf does, she does it with her full chest, like the rest of us do here. If you have something to say, we say it. It's just like there's no, and like the way she twisted shit pissed me off. Like, when she said about Olaf, she said, people stay in your chats for fear that they'll be your next victim. That's bullshit. That's complete horseshit.
Where'd she
the,
say that? I missed that.
That was last week when I was when I covered like her Gone Forever account.
I just
She's
missed that
like,
one.
the
I mean, I
Olaf.
knew she was talking about Olaf, but
Well, she said, oh, Olaf, shame on you that people stay in your chat, in your videos and stuff because of fear out of being your next victim. And it's like, you're full of shit because anyone could literally just slip away. You know what I mean? You know how many people that I've like, seen come and go from like my streams where I've seen them in there for like 2 months or so. And then all of a sudden, like, a few months goes by and like, oh, I haven't seen that person in a while. You know what I mean? And it's like
right,
they just find something different that they want to watch, or they've gone to look at other stuff, or like the Carly coverage is over because Carly's not on YouTube anymore. So they've gone to look at something else. You know what I mean? Like people find other stuff that, or they find like if you stop maybe reacting to somebody, and someone else is reacting to the person that they like to watch, they'll find another person that's reacting to that person. You know what I mean? So
right,
it's like, if you don't want to watch Olaf anymore, you can literally just kind of slip off by like just not showing up in her video. She's not going to care. I promise you.
right.
I mean, unless you're good friends with her and you're like, all of a sudden you're like not talking to her anymore. She might come and be like, hey, is everything okay? And then if like, look, from me talking with Olaf, just like privately and stuff like that, lots of people have like, she's had like whatever with, like, I'm not going to get into like my details conversations with her, but like I can tell you she doesn't hold grudges like that. Like if Perfume just like stopped showing up, she wouldn't go like hunting for her.
Right.
She wouldn't start like making videos on her and being like, "You don't come in my chats anymore, and now I'll expose you." You know, like she wouldn't be like, she wouldn't do that. Like it's just a stupid
Right.
thing to say. And then she's like, "You're all bullies and you attack people." It's like, okay, well, a few weeks ago you were also attacking Barb every chance you got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's
just
and
the
she
only
was in all the
she's
chats.
she's the only person out of all of us that continuously kept catching community guideline strikes.
What'd she
Olaf,
even catch
have
him
you
for?
seen your videos?
Same, Olaf. I've got the same rep. Everyone, you even call me mean. Olaf gave me a link to someone's live one time, and I was like, just complaining about something, and she's like, "Be nice," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm always fucking nice." She's like, "No, you're mean." I was like, "Rude."
I'm the one that's always nice.
You are always nice.
Well, most of the time. Some people will tell me I'm not, but that's okay.
Oh, those are the people that get yeeted out of chat because they're being stupid.
Oh, there's a JP. He got our PvP got blocked for saying I owned him.
Well, you did.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did bitch slap him until I couldn't take it anymore, and I was like, okay.
What a snot-nosed, cocky little shit to like
He
say this stuff
is.
to even DMs, and then to go on a video and say pretty much the same thing, like oh, I'll verbally fuck you up, and I'm like, what, dude? You couldn't even fight your way out of a wet paper bag, and you're hefty.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like the first time that I covered him, he was like, it cringed me out because the first time I covered him, he did a live stream after that, like right after, and he was like, Emma, I went and looked at your picture. You're a beautiful woman. Like, why do you want to be like a horrible person to people? Like, you've got a gorgeous face and nice hair, and like, don't be ugly on the inside. And now all of a sudden it's like, Emma, you're nothing. I've seen your full body. You don't have an ass. And I'm just like, my God, you don't have any meat on you. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, cope harder.
Coming from an albino ninja turtle, whatever.
With a whole shelf of mashed potatoes. I'm serious. When you guys are done in here, go to his video, not a live. It's an 11 or something minute long video, and just like you use your thingy to go like across like the whatever the thing is, the what I'm talking about. Like scroll until you see like the timestamp. You'll see it. I don't even remember when it is. I think it's like 3 minutes in or something like that. And you'll just see all of a sudden he'll go, I'm embarrassed by this. I am embarrassed by this. And I'm like, why didn't you edit that out? Or like redo your video and not include that next to you is like 15 things of Idaho instant potatoes. Yes, fast forward, Kate. My brain is not working right now. But yeah, he like showed it. I was like, are those Idaho mashed potatoes? In like ramen. I didn't even know they came in like fucking, I don't eat instant mashed potatoes, but like they were like I thought they were ramen. I'm like, oh my God, he has like 30 things of ramen. And he's like, I'm embarrassed by this. These are my Idaho mashed potatoes. And I'm like, why do you have so many of them? Why do you need that many? But his attic is like his little apartment. He's got like a mini fridge and like a small microwave in there and a shelf full of potatoes. It's just weird. And you're talking about how we're outcasts? Okay.
It's so he doesn't have to go downstairs and take care of his mother.
Probably. And I don't even know what's going on with his mother because he said what, when I first started covering, my mom's so close to death, and he's got a big smile on his face, and I'm going to inherit this house. And then he's like, today, or on the video today, he said, my mom's got the beginning stages of dementia. Well, which is it? And what kind of a person like clickbaits their streams? My mom is dead in the hopes, admittedly, he said, in the hopes that my friends would come back and comfort me, but they didn't.
You know what that makes me think of? It makes me think of like the emo people that used to be on MySpace.
Oh God.
Yeah, like Like he's gonna like if he had hair, it would be dark, and he wear guy liner on his eyes.
Yeah,
Wear
right,
black
right.
lipstick.
And he says, I live in high school. When do I ever talk about my high school years? Like, I never do. This dude constantly has to retell the story of what made him become a bully of the bullies from high school. I'm like, you are projecting so hard. He's like, I had to own her ass a little bit in DMs. Dude, you blocked me. You blocked me. Your friend Matthew Bailey clearly has like autism, okay? You can tell that he has it. And I felt bad because I didn't realize that he had that, because it was like right after I covered JP and I didn't know because he was just in the chat, right? So then he's like, he put in the chat like 3 or 4 times. He kept typing in the chat after I covered JP the first time. He kept typing in the chat and saying, JP, I'm going live later today and I'm going to tag Emma in it. I want her to come up on panel because she keeps calling me a minor. I'm like, I'm not talking about you, you dweeb. I'm talking about the other person in here. So I waited for him to go live. So I went to his channel, subscribed, and then waited for him to tag me. And I showed up on his panel. He had me on his panel. And I was like telling him, like, he doesn't understand because he's pretty autistic, right? And he doesn't understand that JP is like, does this make sense when I'm saying this? That JP, he like backhanded comments Matthew all the time so that he gets trolled. Does that make sense? Like, he gives out all this information about this. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Olaf.
What? JP has been built like a steamed dumpling his whole life. Oh my god. My god. He's on live right now posing. His thumbnail has Jesus behind him and he's posing like an Adonis.
Oh, yuck.
Even Jesus can't help him.
No, Jesus would come down and bitch slap him with a sandal. But he's just like, so this Matthew guy, I didn't realize that he had like that kind of like, he didn't realize he was like autistic like that, where like he goes on and like does a 1-hour stream and he just like talks about like movies and it's like so boring and shit. So when I saw the tag, I jumped up on the stream, not even real. I didn't know who he was at all. When I got up there, I was like, do you realize that like, I don't know, that every piece of information that I found out about you today was based off of your good friend JP. He told everyone you work at a movie theater. He told everybody you pop popcorn. That's what you do. And then he stopped me. He's like, well, sometimes I scan the tickets. And I was like, okay. And then
You don't get it.
He's like, you're autistic, you're this, you're that, you're balding Bailey. And I'm like, he doesn't get it, that you're like trying to send people in his direction. You know what I mean? I'm like, if you didn't open your mouth all the time, JP, and say those kinds of things, maybe people wouldn't go bother your friend Matthew, you know? So, but you know what? The fucking hilarious thing I brought up tonight was that, you know who did pone up and actually go on a panel with me? Matthew.
Oh, yeah.
I went on his panel, and then, you know how bad I am at looking at the screen in the goddamn chat. When I looked at the screen, because Hatman was sending me messages going, look at the screen, look at the screen, look at the screen, look at the screen. So I'm like, what? I look at the screen and this dude's lip is quivering.
No.
Like he was about to cry.
It makes me sad.
I was so sad. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been screaming at you like that. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't realize that like you didn't know this information. He's like, yeah, I have like a bedtime and I don't like watch JP if he's on super late. So like I don't know what he's saying after that. And I'm like, okay, well just be mindful of what's going on. I'm gonna go now. Bye. I just jumped off and then like felt terrible about myself. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, poor boy.
No, there's nothing wrong with it at all, is what I'm saying. Thunder Rain is what I'm saying, is JP makes it sound like it's cringe. You know what I mean? Like he's like, they make fun of you because you pop popcorn. And I'm like, no one, I'm not making fun of him for that. I could care less what he does. He works. You don't.
Yeah.
At least he's got a.
You don't.
Hey, Malice. Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, Malice.
Hey,
yeah,
Malice.
nothing wrong with it.
JP doesn't work. He works. There's a difference.
Absolutely.
You
Free
know,
movies.
in that respect, he's better than you.
Right. You don't even work. You're, you know.
Yeah, he's
I
just
mean,
like,
Yeah.
you know, she's jealous. You know, she's jealous because, you know, she gets her P word. I don't want to say it because Elizabeth's up here and it makes me feel weird when I say things to her. She's like my mom, you know. But like, you know, her Emma's, you know, cooter gets all wet for me, and I'm just like, oh, dude, every time I cover you, 5 more of my eggs die.
I don't think JP's ever gotten anyone moist.
No, and the last
yes.
girlfriend, moist. I read the DMs the first time I covered that I covered JP. I read the DMs between him and his ex-girlfriend. And he beat the shit out of his ex. He used to like insult, he used to call her fat all the time. JP calling someone fat is hilarious to me. But he used to make fun of her weight all the time. He almost pushed her out of his mom's window. He like held her down and was like punching her in the ribs and face.
He should have been grateful that some girl would even date him.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. That's
Because
what I
he's a stay-at-home blob.
mean.
Emily, you're not supposed to tell people that.
Don't let Elizabeth scare you. Elizabeth can scare me because sometimes I'll be on this like rant where I'm just cursing like a sailor, and then I see Elizabeth come into the chat, and I'm like, okay. Because I've seen Elizabeth sometimes be like, Emma, in the chat.
Yeah,
and I'm
I've
like,
been kind of pulling my punches tonight because on the stream because I don't want Elizabeth to be like, go home.
I know, because she's mods, you know.
That bad.
My God.
Well, I'm not totally harmless. Yeah, maybe I am, but that's okay.
She's pretty darn sweet, Emily. You're very lucky.
Oh, thank you.
You are
We
very.
love our Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys like the stream for Elizabeth.
Yeah, please do.
We already got her at 145 subscribers, which is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, you had what, 40 a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, no, I think I'm at like 138.
You're not. You're at one. I'm looking at it right now. 145.
Oh, yay! Oh, thanks, Annie. I hear you. Yes, I hear you.
Ooh, now you're at 147.
Yay! Thanks
See?
so much.
Rocking like White Snake should have.
Yeah, and I completely see. I was so not organized tonight. I forgot to put my stream in all the discords I'm in. I forgot to put it on my community tab. I tweeted it an hour before, and then I forgot to retweet it again. I was just completely sucked tonight. I was like, oh my God, that sucked.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for everything.
I've got so much IRL crap going on with like my moves and everything like that. Like, I just was so disorganized. I'm like, I'm not done shit for preparation tonight at all. I've not done anything. I'm gonna wing it tonight. I almost did one of these tonight. I almost was like, forget it. I might just do I might just do this next week, a panel.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, just have everybody come up because I can share videos and like, you know, we can pull stuff up and laugh at it and stuff.
Yeah. And I may do an open next week too.
Yeah, like Round Eye, you should come up, and Olap will never come up, but you know, Kate, you're welcome. Thunder, all of you guys.
Anybody.
Yeah, you guys are all welcome. I might do an open panel next week and just like let 5 or 6 people up and just talk and stuff.
I have a hard time still just from this being for this all being new. It's hard for me to sit here and talk to myself, so I like having people up here with me.
You'll get used to it, and then you'll end up like me, where you are actually just talking to yourself and everyone is screaming at you from the chat to pay attention.
All right, so I'll give you a little bit of credit. So me talking on here, doing this instead of me normally being in the chat, talking trash, I found it a little hard to pay attention to both.
Oh,
and like
did
try
you
to
Round Eye?
Stay engaged a little bit. I'm not gonna say that's I wouldn't notice spamming in the chat like some people do. But
Right. And my chat moves pretty quick, so screw all of you.
Yeah, well, and I'm watching the chat. I'm watching the chat, but I'm having a hard time answering because I don't want to interrupt y'all. So
Shut up, DMS. Sure. Did you hear Hatman on speakerphone tonight playing Stevie Wonder? I just called to say I love you. My God, what a dork. I love him so much.
so sweet.
that was pretty slick.
I'm like, what is, I'm like, because he called me and I was like, for the love of God, the second week in a row, what am I doing wrong now? And I'm like, I'm putting you on speakerphone. And then I just press it and I'm like, I just called to say I love you. So I'm
Last
like, now I'm like side-eyeing and being like, what have you done?
you sound like my wife.
Yeah.
And like last week when y'all were the back and forth reminded me of me and my wife, and I got my son saying this. Unfortunately, sometimes I'm like, "Silence, devil woman, silence!" Whenever she gets on my nerves a little bit.
Oh, when he says that to me.
I say that to my wife, but just you guys back and forth made me think of what we do, because she calls me a grumpy old man. But now my son says the same damn thing.
He calls me devil woman all the time.
Oh,
Silence, devil woman. You remember that time that he had way too much to drink on stream and he told me to go. He said, bitch, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. And then he quickly covered his mouth. And then he starts like blowing air kisses. He's like, I love you, babe. I'm so sorry. He's like, she's going to kill me. Because it just came out. He had too much to drink. This was like
years. Go
huh?
ahead.
No,
after
go ahead.
26 years, we call each other all kinds of stuff.
Oh, we call each other names too, but it's just on stream. He was like, I don't remember when it was, maybe like 7 months ago or so. And he was like, he had too much to drink. And he was like, I don't know, someone said something to him, or I said something to him, I think, in the chat. And he's like, bitch, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. And then he immediately like threw his hand over his mouth. And he was like, oh shit, I love you, babe. I love you.
I remember that.
I remember that. I was like,
oh. I remember it.
He's like, well, I'm gonna have a lion tomorrow, and I hope she doesn't kill me.
Yeah, no, 28. Actually, I said, what did I say? 26 years. We've been married 28 years. Good Lord.
Oh God, no way, Isaac.
A long time.
By the way, I might have to clip you tonight. It has to be added to the intro we're making. Oh fuck. What part?
It's got to be your laugh.
It's probably me cackling.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to say this. Your laugh is infectious.
Oh, thank you,
especially when you get to cackling, I get tickled by it. It makes it even funnier.
That's sweet. I went on like a panel with somebody like a week ago. I'm pretty sure who it was. He comes from that psychopath that was like stalking us on the internet, remember?
Ah.
Not him, but one of his friends.
Gotcha.
And it was on Anne's, I believe, if I remember correctly. If Michael and Anne are still here, they can. I think it's Anne. It was Anne's. But they went in there. They were in mine too. One of you must have blocked them, I think, or Hats blocked them. They came in under the name Slimer, but that's not their name. And they kept coming in with a bunch of Slimer accounts and getting blocked. So I go up, because Anne messaged me on Twitter and she's like, hey, do you want to? And I literally had just woken up from a nap. I had gone to bed at 7:30 in the morning. And I was like, I woke up. I was so tired. I look at my Twitter because it was like blowing up. And Anne's like, there's this Slimer person like bitching and yelling about you in the chat. And I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. Like, don't get me right when I wake up, because I will rip your throat out. So I literally acted like I was 4. Because this person was like, I'm taking a break for my mental health and I'm going to be off the internet for a while. I was like, okay, good, whatever. You're a loser to this person. So I turned into a 5-year-old for like 10 straight minutes. And because I just woke up, I was in the worst mood. I was on no sleep. I slept wrong. So I had like a kink in my neck. I go to Anne's and I'm like, what's going on in the chat? She drops the link. I go up. She's like, this Slimer person's in here bitching about you. They say they don't like you. I'm like, I don't give a shit who doesn't like me. Who cares? So then the Slimer person comes up on the panel and he's like, Emma, you're an FGOT, but he said the whole word. I'm like, okay. And he's like, nobody likes you. Nobody watches you. And I'm like, were we watching the same streams? Because I'm pretty sure I get some pretty good views with the small channel that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like listing off all this shit. He's like, nobody watches your live streams, Emma. You don't even get any views. I'm like, do you have the correct person? Because like all of my live streams get pretty good views and likes and comments. Are you okay? And he's like, and your laugh? I hate your fucking laugh. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. I'm like, and then I turned into a 5-year-old and I was like, weren't you taking a break for your mentals? And then every time he opened his mouth, I'm like, weren't you taking a break for your mentals? I thought you were taking a break for your mentals. I thought you were taking a break for your mentals. I thought you were taking a break for your mentals. And every time he talks, and then he's like, he goes to talk again, and I'm like, shut up! You have nothing to contribute to this conversation, okay? You think I'm an FGOT? And he's like, say the word! Say the word! And I'm like, oh my God, I hate you! And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Do you not watch my streams? He's like, I'm like, I honestly genuinely thought he had the wrong person too, because he's like, nobody donates to you. I'm like, what? Like, whose streams are you watching? Every piece of information that's come out of your mouth, factually incorrect. All of it is factually wrong. He's like, you can't even break 50 people watching you. I'm like, again, factually wrong. When have I ever had only 50 people in my stream?
Maybe your first stream? Maybe.
You know how many people I had in my first stream? 80.
Oh yeah.
I've never had 50 people ever. The first stream I ever did, I thought I was going to have 20 people in my stream. I had 80. And then it went higher, and then it went higher, and then it went higher, and it went high, and it keeps growing, right? Like, that's what happens when channels grow, right? And it's like, if they drop down to 50, they drop down to 50. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, people always donate on my streams. Are you okay? Are you watching the same stream?
Hey, Emma, you have a cleanup on aisle 5?
Right?
Pretty.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's like, shut the fuck up. Aren't you taking a break for your mentals? And I went crazy. And then Olaf DMs me, and she's like, bitch, you're messy.
All right.
Trust me, it's being used in my next stream. Which one? What are you using? Now I need to know what he's using. What is it? Is it me cackling like a maniac? Probably. It's probably what it is. The best cackle I ever had was when I was on panel with Barb.
I thought it was the one where you were on Hatman stream and he almost choked to death when he was on whiskey.
I forgot about that. when he choked on his whiskey and he went, Jesus Christ!
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I had Yabba Dabba Duke left me a comment. It was either last week or the week before, and he never pays anybody compliments. And he's like, Emma, your laugh could cure cancer. I was like, oh, you're sweet. I mean, I do have a cackle and I hate my own laugh, but other people seem to like it. Yes, Michael, that's what I thought too. The panel, the one where I gave Barb a TA and made her not want to live anymore. She had me screaming on that panel. She was so stupid.
So I watched quite a few of her streams just to hear for myself and just listen at the utter stupidity that is Barb. And like, so actually I got to the point now, I'm kind of like you. I can't even get 10 minutes into it and I'm like, I'm done.
Oh my, I just can't. Like, just as soon as I see her face too, just like,
I used to
Oh,
watch stuff like when I was in college. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I would watch things like Aqua Teen Hunger Force or Robot Chicken to deaden my brain before I go to sleep. Now I
yeah,
watch Barb.
yeah. I just can't. I can't. And then like JP, I can't watch him unless somebody says like who's talking about you or something like that. And then I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go and like see what he's saying. But even tonight, I watched him for like 20 minutes. I'm like, you're so repetitive. You just say the same thing over and over again. And I forgot you just say the same thing over and over again in this one too. And then everyone's like, "Oh, Barb's live," and it's like, yeah, but like if she's just crafting and talking about like stuff I don't care about, I don't want to snipe her because it's boring.
It's so boring.
But like everybody went live when I was live. JP went live. She went live. Kim jumped off to go live because she was, her and Isaac are dating now. So she wanted to jump on that so that Isaac would go talk to her because she was in my stream being like, "Where's my baby?" And I'm like, "Oh God."
What the hell was she doing in there?
When in my stream?
Yes.
She knew Isaac would be in there. So she was like, "I'm going over to Ed." She's like, she said on her live that she was coming over to me. I saw people in the side chat when the intro music was playing. And she's like, "Is my baby in here?" And then Isaac showed up and she was like, "My baby. I love him so much." And people were like, "How long have you guys been dating?" And she's like, "Since last night." She's like, and they're like, "How long have you known him?" And she's like, "Since last night." They're like, "You're already in love?" She's like, "There's just something about him. I'm just so in love with him." And I'm just like, "God damn.
Yes,
Yes.
I saw that. I thought it was a fake account until I went and looked. And I'm like, oh shit, it's real.
No, it's her. No, she's like madly in love with Isaac now. Like she's already done exactly what I said she was going to do when I had her up. Remember her and Harry came up and she was like, "It was all me. Don't blame Harry." And I said, "And then in a week, when you're broken up, you're going to sell him out."
Mm-hmm.
What do you think she did today? I didn't get to watch her stream because I was literally doing like last minute, like preps, like just trying to get everything done. But everybody was DMing me and saying, "Oh, Kim is throwing Harry under the bus." And I was like, "Oh my God." I went in like right before I went live just quickly to pop in to see if anything was popping off, and it wasn't. So I just came back. And then I saw her in mine, and that she was like salivating on Isaac. I was like, "Okay, that's enough for me."
Enjoy that pelican neck.
Desperate.
Yeah.
She wants to be loved.
Hold on. Jesus. What does it say?
She wants to be loved. She's so desperate to have somebody pay attention to her. It's just sick.
It is. She's got the self-worth of a corn niblet. She does.
No,
she absolutely does, Annie.
She has absolutely like rates of desperation is an understatement. She's got absolutely no self-worth at all. None.
I mean, to say, yeah, for a man to say, "Well, if she doesn't want me, then I'll come back to you," and she's okay with that.
Not just that, but can you imagine your man saying, "I'm throwing these rings in the trash because they're broken, tarnished, and they're all adjustable, and I've had them since 1967. And she's like, "No, send them to me. I want them for my engagement rings." And he puts those stupid adjustable rings on. Like, you remember those adjustable rings?
Yes.
From the 80s? It's
yes.
It's like a mood ring, but with a hideous like rock in the middle of it. And she wears that shit like it's like a Tiffany's diamond. And it's like, you know what? To each their own. I mean, I've seen engagement rings I don't like. Like, I like my engagement ring because I like just, like I have a solitaire. You know what I mean? But I like the solitaire. I like the solitaires. It's a big solitaire. It's a big diamond. But like, I like the look of a solitaire. It just looks classy and elegant. That's my style. But like, I've seen other rings that are like they have different color stones or this. It's like whatever. It's like what you like. But Kim, he legitimately said, "These are trash." She's like, "Give me your trash."
He'd have been better off just taking her to the arcade and getting her a spider ring.
I said, like, I was like, "Kim, for the love of hell," I was like, he could go onto Amazon and get you like a cubic zirconia with like a sterling silver band for $50 or something, and he won't even do that for her.
Well,
You
So
know?
sad.
cutting in his drug money.
Yeah, and he said in her chat, he's like,
Black Mary.
he's like, I don't love Kim the way I love Alana. He's like, Alana does this thing to me where, like, when I hear her on her lives or I see her, my heart races so hard I feel like it's gonna come right through my chest.
That's so freaking sad.
And Kim reads it. She reads it and she's like, yeah, but Harry, she's not gonna leave her husband of 18 years. And then Harry's like, I know, but if I could be with her, I would. And he's like, so I can't, so I'll be with you. And she's like, yeah, see, he's picking me. And I'm like, oh my God.
When I first heard about Alana, I thought it was one of his puppets.
Oh my God. Those puppet shows were creepy.
Yeah, they were.
They
He's
were
creepy.
so cringy. I mean, if a guy ever did that to me, I would be like, do you have a criminal record and are bodies in your basement?
God, he's just scary.
Isaac's buying Kim a car.
Oh yeah,
What?
she said it was a Chevy.
Yeah.
A Chevy. Yeah.
Isaac, what?
Yeah, he's buying her a car. Didn't you know that?
Oh, really?
He's like, Emma, I swear to God.
Look at car.
Well, she was begging him for a car.
I need a car.
Well, unfortunately, you know, he shared a screenshot of, you know, her being like, baby, please, I need it, baby, please.
She wants a 4-wheel drive so y'all can go mudding.
I'm just like, oh, God, that whole thing. I saw like, the screen. First, I saw, because he showed me, like, he sent me a screenshot of something else. I'm not going to, like, you know, divulge shit. But anyways, he sent me a screenshot of something else. So then when I read the little screenshot that he sent me, I legitimately thought it was one of his children. So I'm like reading it. I'm like, oh, cute. It's like one of your kids. And I get further down and it's like, baby, please, please, baby, please. And I'm like, ew, why is your kid calling you baby? And then I'm like, oh God, this is Kim.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, I'm buying it for sure. He met him last night and wants him to buy her an $1,800 car.
An $1,800 car?
I guess.
Not gonna go very far.
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know how far that's gonna take you. Kim should not be buying a car by herself anyways. I mean, somebody should go with her.
Driving.
Yeah, somebody should be going with her. She's got a license.
She does?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, she's got a license.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that she was allowed to have one. Huh, I'll be damned.
Yesterday, you know what Kim was playing? Her chat was bumping. There was like 40 people in there and her chat was going. When I tell you this, Round Eye might know the songs more than Elizabeth, because I don't think Elizabeth listened to any of this shit from the 90s that Round Eye and I would know. So first she puts on Pony.
Oh God.
Like Genuine. And she was like trying to sing to the song, Round Eye.
Oh God.
Yeah, she probably pulled up one with lyrics.
Oh.
So she's like, jump on it, let's do it, ride in my pony. But she
I
had
know that
all-
song. That's
Yeah.
my kids used to call it the burping song.
And then the next song she put on was Thong Song.
I was drinking water. Don't do that to me. Oh, fuck.
You know, that thong, the thong, thong, thong.
Oh my God. Oh.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm not that.
That's hideous. No, I just got a visual. No.
Round Eye.
No.
It was probably, like, honestly, it was so fucking funny. I was dying. And then what the hell did she put on by she put on another song too, and I can't. Pony is that song slaps. But I'm
Emily
sorry,
liked it too.
it's a great song. When you listen, when I was like 18 and that song came on at the club, you looked at your next day's regret and you got on that dance floor and you just like were getting it on the dance floor. Okay. That the song slaps. It's a great song. It does not slap when Kim is playing it.
Well, maybe she slapped her pelican neck, but I mean.
Oh God! Like, listen, okay. Every time I watch Kim, it's an anomaly to me, and I hate saying this because I don't mean it. Like, okay, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but when I look at Kim, especially when she's laying down, okay, and Peach said this to me. And after Peach said this to me, I became like hyper focused on her face. Because Peach said to me, Peach says this crazy. Peach sends me the funniest shit and says the most hilarious stuff to me in DMs. So she said to me, she was watching Kim. She's like, she DMs me and goes, Kim's face looks like a Halloween mask that's been thrown on the floor. And I could not stop laughing because 10 minutes later, Kim comes on a live stream and she's laying down. And when Kim lays down, it legitimately looks like somebody took like a lip liner and like just outlined her face. And then the rest of it just didn't form. Like you're supposed to, like, even if you have a double chin or a triple chin, you're supposed to have muscles in your neck.
Yeah, her face looked deflated.
Have any. Have you ever seen Kim lay down?
No, and I don't want to.
You know what I'm gonna do, Round Eye?
I know. I shouldn't have said it.
I'm gonna send you a picture of it.
Oh, fuck me.
And I'm like, why is her face doing that? It's like her face started forming and then it just went, nope. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It just went like, I'm done. Like, you're not gonna get any neck muscles. You're not getting any throat. I don't know what's wrong with it. And like when she gets like excited or heightened, the whole thing wobbles. It's like
she looks like a turkey.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on with it. It's just, I feel like this morbid curiosity to poke it. Like I feel like it's soft and squishy.
like a dead jellyfish.
Yeah, it's like I want to like stick my finger. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like Isaac loves it.
Just trying to call my baby a reptile with no bones.
I just read that.
Oh, that was good, Isaac. That was good.
He sends me a DM at like fucking 2 a.m. and he's like, sends me a screenshot from Kim. She's like, baby, are you awake? I can't sleep. ... He's like, I swear to God, and she sends me her nudes.
Whoa, no! I bet she looks like Mrs. Garrison from South Park.
Kim got that big burly 70s butch with 2-inch long nips. I know 100% for a fact Elizabeth knows exactly what I mean. She is full Amazon down there. Guarantee you, like matted and shit.
Oh,
no
God,
doubt.
no.
No doubt. Probably goes down her legs and everything.
Oh, ew, Elizabeth. God damn.
To clean her up, would probably take one of those machines that used to cut trees down.
Weed whacker.
Yeah, no, this is beyond weed whacker.
Chainsaw.
One of those long sticks, the thing with the string.
Either that or like a grinder, like they did on Dumb and Dumber with his toenails.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Oh, it's so bad.
A belt
Making
sander.
fun of her
Oh.
poor.
Look, like when I went because I go like whatever TMI. I don't give a shit. I was going to get my Brazilian done a couple weeks ago. I get it done like every 6 weeks. I go in and I'm like getting on the table and stuff, and I go to the same lady. I've been going to her forever. She's like, she's like, I'm like, what? Is everything okay? Is there something wrong? What's going on? She's like, girl. She's like, the last.
Emma, did you mute?
Emma.
We can't
I'm
hear
back.
you.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
No,
Oh, sorry.
I can hear you now.
I hit the snooze button. I was holding my phone.
I'm not sure we want to hear you though.
So she's like, the girl that was in here before you, her pubes were all down the side of her legs. She's like, she then pulled her damn pants down, those Lululemons, and she had underwear granny panties on, and that shit just puffing out the side. And I was like, ew. And
God,
she's like,
that's not HIPAA.
she's like, I don't know why people can't just come in here like you, shower before. She's like, I hate my fucking job. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, ew. It's so gross.
I did that once. And the lady said, now flip over. And I'm like,
yeah, to do your ass.
I think we're done here.
You're like, you're not touching my ass.
I ain't flipping over. Sorry.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't. No, body hair is gross to me on women.
Yes, Emily. Okay, so Emily.
Him is smooth like a
My
bowl
mom-
ball.
So Emily said, remember weed whacking. So when you were in high school, when she was in high school, my mom came into the bathroom and
Oh God, what were you
came out with the scissors. Okay, came with the scissors at my sister.
Oh my God, why?
And just started trimming her.
What?
Well, you're talking about the hair on her head, right?
No.
I feel absolutely terrible.
Oh my God.
Up here right now.
She's like, Mom just came in and just started doing her thing, and Emily was just like totally shocked. Like, I don't know what the hell to do here.
Wait, your sister was just in her underwear, and your mom just decides to grab a Twix and some scissors and go at your sister's nay parts?
Yeah, no.
You know what my sister-in-law did one time? I was like, "You are the stupidest human I've ever known in my life." He sends me an SOS message. So normally I do her Brazilian for her when I go visit and stuff. This dummy, I don't know what she was thinking. Well, not the part about she's like, I'm going to try and do mine because I'm not going to see Emma for another 3 weeks and this bitch is getting out of control and I'm just going to try to do it myself. What the hell she was thinking in my brain, I don't know. She decides to do it herself with a mirror in front of her while she's legs in the air, reaching for the stars. But she's an idiot because she puts the wax on herself, goes to pull. If you don't get a tight pull, you're going to bruise the damn skin, right?
Right.
So she can't do the whole pulling with one hand, reach around the back, pull with one hand, and then rip the strip off. So she gets the strip half pulled off and the rest of it stuck on. And then she's like, I don't know what to do. Ah! So she screams for my niece to bring her some ice. And cements that bitch onto her.
Oh,
and I had to make it urgent, run to her house to help her get this iced on strip off of her cooter. My brother calls me and he's like, I don't know what to do. She's in the basement and she's got wax all over her and she won't let me help her. I'm like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
I'm like, why would you think wax and ice was ever a good idea?
Yeah, no. hardened like a rock. Emily said, I thought I'd been molested.
Your mom just comes in and she's like, look, this is even too much hair for me. And I grew up in the 70s.
I mean, can you imagine your mom running in the bathroom and just grabbing some scissors and start whacking at you?
No. My mother came at my private
like,
bits like that. I'd be like, what the hell?
Oh, I don't want no one whacking at me, I'll tell you what.
Moms don't even care. My mom, sometimes I'll be like, going to the bath, like going to take a pee, and she'll just like bust in the bathroom when I'm over there. I'm like, excuse me. And she's like, you came mad at me. I couldn't come in here. I'm like, oh my God, I hate my life.
No, I am so modest. I can't even stand to look at myself in the mirror. So,
oh my God, stop it.
I'd be dying. I'd be dying.
At least she didn't come. Mom didn't come at you. Huh?
So,
I'll never forget the story when Elizabeth told the funniest story ever. Where were you at? You were at I don't remember whose house you were at. You opened the door and your mom was just out there nude eating a Twix.
We were in the hotel room, and I went in, opened the door. Oh, Emily saw her too. Emily found her eating cereal in the kitchen naked. But I came out of we were in a hotel room and my mom was sleeping on the couch bed, and I opened up the door and she's standing there naked eating a Twix. So my eyes were burned.
That's still funny as hell. It's still, you were like, oh, Mom. And then you said to your daughter, tomorrow you're sleeping in there and grandma's going to sleep in here. And she was like, no, I'm not sleeping on those sheets. She was naked in those.
I'm like, are you still sure you want to sleep out there? She's like, no, well, see, I told Emily to, because Mom fell. I told Emily, I'm like, hey, can you sleep with her? And the look she gave me was like, in your dreams.
In your dream, yeah.
Yeah.
Ew, Olaf, what? Some people take pictures of their great ass in their bathroom mirror to point at the internet haters. That's Paula, remember? Remember when we all saw Paula in court come in there looking like fucking Big Albert's sister?
Yes.
She's looking all huge and Humpty Dumpty, and then the next day she shows herself in the mirror, and you could see the Photoshop where it was all pulled in.
Oh yeah, all the work.
Remember Morgan like circled it where you could see the wall like indenting where Paula was trying to give herself a waist and shit.
Yes. Worst Photoshop ever.
It was awful. Her whole background was distorted.
Yeah, she was not very good at the
Dude, I'm so glad that I walked away from that. She was a fucking time sink and like making me age. Because she legitimately has no life.
No, she doesn't.
Like, she just lives online. It's the craziest. Like, we were coming and like, imagine dating somebody who's like you've got a 5-hour time difference, right? Like, you're engaged to somebody who's got a 5-hour time difference. And then like every day we're coming home from work and she's just done so much shit in the 8 hours you've been gone. You know what I mean?
It's unbelievable.
Like Round Eye, you'd know, Elizabeth, you'd know, Olaf would know, like so many people know. Like, we would just come home and like every day it was like you couldn't even enjoy shit because you were just constantly dealing with her. You know? Yes. Dealing with her and Khaki and Moxie, and just like it just never stopped, you know? Like, you'd come home and Paula would have like 7 community posts and have like you on different bodies, and like she'd be all over Twitter, and it was like she has nothing to do with her life. Yep. And I just like we had to be like, because remember we were doing like the videos, like Hats and I we're doing those videos, and we did like the dastardly DMs. And then we did the first video on like exposing her bullshit.
Right.
And then it was like when we got to like video 3, we just went like, we're done. Because there's like a point in time where you're just like, this is consuming all of my free time and I just choose not to do it anymore.
Well, it was all the same crap over and over and over and over and over again.
It is. And that's why, like, I just like to be like in chats and like, in live streams. I like to stream once a week. Even Hats, like, he removed his Saturday streams. That was his choice because he was just like, we don't have enough time off to be like, even when Kim had me doing those 2 damn pop-up streams, like I didn't have time for that shit.
Right.
But I had to address it because Kim Dirty deletes everything. And it's just like, I don't have time for that level of drama. I can't. She was literally, she's the reason I got Botox around my eyes.
Yeah, no. Some people they don't have anything else to do.
Whatever, so. Isaac. You know what? We're not weirdos on the side of YouTube. Okay. You told me all about your ass Brazilian yesterday. Okay. He did. Mm-hmm. He did. He got an ass Brazilian. Am I making that up? You'll never know.
So gross.
I'm not asking.
No, I'm totally kidding, because he took over 2 people's channels last week. One of them being Mark Rydell's, like legitimately showed up on Mark Rydell's channel. Do you know how terrifying that is?
Yeah.
Not for me. Like, I can go without. If I lose my YouTube channel, I lose my YouTube channel. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I'm not going to die over it. I'm not JP. I'm not Barb. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, but Mark Rydell cannot be without YouTube. Like, he's just, remember, like, when we didn't even know who Isaac was, and when I reviewed him admitting to like the grapes, and then Hats reviewed him admitting to the grapes, and then JJ reviewed him admitting to the grapes, and we had no idea who Isaac was. We're like, we don't know who Isaac is, but like, kudos to him for fucking making him admit this shit. Right. Remember? And Isaac was like, you're gonna delete your YouTube channel, and he's like, I'm not deleting it. You're a bully. You're a big bully. he's like, you're deleting it because by this time tomorrow, I'll know what dog you had in the 6th grade. And I'm like, okay, sure you will. Like, I'm thinking that in my head, right? And then Isaac on Friday, remember during Hatman's stream, he's like, he would not stop tagging me in videos, Mark. And I kept saying to Mark in his comments, stop tagging me in videos. I don't want you tagging me. You make me feel sick when you tag me in videos. He would delete my comment and then just tag me in another video. Then on Friday, remember, he does a video defending me. He's like, I know she doesn't like me, but leave her alone. She's a good streamer and she proves you wrong all the time. I'm like, stop it. Like, go away. And so, like, I was talking to Isaac and I said, oh, fucking Mark with his fucking, like, constantly tagging me in streams. Luckily, I screen recorded that shit because within 30 seconds, the videos were all gone.
Really?
Yes. And then right after Hatman's live stream, Mark went live. Mark, I'm putting in air quotes, Mark went live to apologize to me. And it's Isaac's intro. Wow. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then Isaac shows up on Mark's channel. And he's just like, you're a level 3 sex offender, a rapist. And I told you you're not allowed to be on YouTube. And here you are. So now I'm deleting your channel. You all have a great night. And I was like, what the fuck? And then channel does not exist.
Wow.
It just disappeared. I'm just like, okay. Wow. Yeah. And then Mark took, I don't even know if Mark still knows his channel's gone. Because he just kept being, yeah, he was just like, I can't log in. I can't log in. He probably was beating his own ass with the lint roller again.
Oh God, I remember that.
Remember, that was the stream with that Isaac told him to delete his channel. But then he thought he could come back and just not show his face. But he's got that very whiny voice.
You can always tell his voice.
You can always tell it's him. He's always like, look here, we're 55. You need to stop being such an asshole. Like, he's just got that terrible voice. And then remember, then after that, we still didn't know who Isaac was. But after that, remember, Hats did a side-by-side with Mary and him.
Yes.
And he does the freaking Rocky song. Yeah. He's just Mary and Isaac hitting themselves, but Mary's actually like whooping her own ass with a remote control. And Mark is lint rolling his head.
Yeah. He didn't go all out with it. I was disappointed in him.
He did not go even slightly out. He grabbed it and he's like, yeah, you want to see me hurt myself? Yeah. I'm like, you're using a friggin' lint roller.
Even JP with his little ketchup packet tonight was more convincing than Mark was.
I
That
don't
was
even know what he
nasty.
was. I don't even know what he was doing. He was sawing at his head for like 20 seconds straight before anything happened.
Look, if he actually had a knife and was cutting himself, like really cutting himself, you would have seen marks on his head.
Places.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if because I didn't know him back then, so like I don't know if he came on live stream and like pulled a barb and then like just put a band-aid over it so it would look like there was maybe a cut underneath it, and then maybe he drew like a faint line on it to like show a scar. I don't know. It's JP. The guy's really weird.
Yeah, but we've seen his dome piece now. Like he should have scarring up there from something like that. Because if you ever
Yeah,
look at wrestlers that cut themselves with razors, over the years you see the collection of scars they've got all over their foreheads and stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah, heads
I
heads bleed.
I'm not into like wrestling, but like I was subjected to it as a kid because I had two brothers, and like my one brother is like still super into wrestling. But I can't remember that wrestler. Who the hell was that guy? He was like really um he did like really crazy like stunts where he's constantly like doing shit that made him like bleed or like
Probably Mick Foley.
no, he was like a hillbilly.
Mick Foley as Cactus Jack would have been
That's it.
more along those lines.
Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
guy was like constantly putting like thumbtacks on chairs and like jumping onto them and shit.
So it's him and Terry Funk were big into that extreme stuff where they did the barbed wire for the
Yes.
ring. Yeah. So it was, but Mick Foley is the wrestler's actual name. He was Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind. He was 3 different characters during
Yeah, I
his
just
time.
remember being like really extreme, missing teeth and constantly bleeding.
Yes.
And I remember my brother getting this pay-per-view fight because he would get them all the time. And I remember watching it. And you know who, like, sorry, that was me again. I remember this. So, okay, you know how old, God, what's his name now? Oh, Jesus Christ, I forget his name now. Oh my God. Owen. And the other one is, the one that died is Owen.
Owen Hart and Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. So I used to be in Calgary, right? So I go to the gym the one morning. I'm in the gym the one morning, and I go over to go grab one of the medicine balls.
Yeah.
And I go to grab a medicine ball, and I go to grab like one of the exercise balls to lay on, so that I can do like ab crunches, like the side to side ones with the medicine ball. So I go over to that area where they're all there, and I see somebody from the back balancing on like a half medicine ball, and it's like flat on the bottom.
Yeah.
But you're like balancing, so like you're doing like core exercises and stuff like that, but it's like for balancing as well. And I just see somebody with like their arms are out because I see him from the back, and he's balancing, but he doesn't have weights or anything, but he's just trying to like squat up and down like really slow. And I'm like, I don't know who that is, whatever. So not thinking anything of it. So I like walk past him, and I'm like, he's looking in the mirror with a trainer, and I go into I walk past and I grab what I need, and I like bent over to grab like the big, the big ball to like lay on, and I bend like right over, and you're wearing like Lululemons and shit when you're a girl, right?
Yep.
And I just hear that's a great ass. And I turn around like about to be like, you're fucking gross. And it's fucking Bret Hart. And I'm like, oh my God, you're like, you're the fucking wrestler, dude. But he like wasn't okay. He wasn't okay at all. Like on that thing. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? So I leave like that area, and I go and talk to like another personal trainer that I talk to all the time, because like every time I come in the morning, he'd be there. I'm like, is that Bret Hart? Because he lives in Calgary. He lives so close to me. I'm like, is that Bret Hart? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, he looks fucking terrible. He's like, yeah, he just had a stroke like 2 months ago. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, he's had like 3 strokes. I'm like, what? So he was there doing like balance shit for like his brain and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he looked terrible.
Yeah,
and I remember.
Go ahead. He also had cancer at one point, I think.
Yeah. But I remember like as a child, like as a kid seeing him, and he was like, you know, all the girls like loved him. He had like those ridiculous glasses on and like the wet curly long hair, and he was all muscular, and girls were always like, oh my God, he's so hot. But he looked like weathered and old and bad and skinny, you know?
Yeah.
But he lives in Calgary. He's been there like, I think his whole life. But I remember, so I was like, oh, cool. He said I had a nice ass, but he also had like 3 strokes. So do I take it as a compliment or not? You know? And then I remember being a kid, and my brother, like one of the pay-per-view things that we saw, I remember we were sitting on the couch and I'm like, oh, I hate my life. And like, it's either I watch this or nothing. Right. Cause it's like, he gets to decide what we're watching. And he also paid for this stupid thing. And it's literally 10 minutes into the thing. And it's Bret Hart's brother, Owen. And he like had an accident. He like fell from like the top of, he was on like a harness thing in the air, and it just like gave out or something. And we saw him like fall, smack the ground. The commentators are freaking out. Everyone is screaming. The TVs are showing him. And then all of a sudden it just went like blank, like black screen. So I was like, oh my God. And then they announced that he died.
Yeah. They took him in an ambulance, and he died either on the way or right as they got to the hospital.
Yeah.
I watched that pay-per-view live.
I think like he broke his neck and everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing it because like I'm a kid and I saw that and I was like, oh my God. And my brother's like screaming at the top of his lungs, like he's gonna die. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? But yeah, I remember seeing that. And I was talking to Hatman about it, and he said because they're in the UK and there's like the time difference, they didn't get to see it in real time.
Oh yeah.
So he heard about it the next day. But
pretty much I remember they cut the feed like because I don't know if well, obviously it was an accident and know it was going to happen, but it's almost like they were trying to wait to see if like they could grab him before he hit, like maybe save it.
Yeah.
You know, he had to snatch at him.
Yeah.
But no, you saw the hit. If you're watching it live in the States, yeah,
I remember. I can remember even now because I was like, oh my God, when that happened, and like he fell. Like first of all, he fell really, really from high up. And like everybody's screaming, and it was like the camera was on for like 20 seconds, and then they cut the feed. I think when they realized he was that hurt is when they cut the feed.
Yep, they had it stuck on the announcers for a little bit, and it was the first time I'd ever remember seeing Jerry the King Lawler, who was he was kind of the goof, him ever be serious in any show I'd ever watched at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, oh, this is real.
I just remember like Ed McMahon being like a big thing back then. He was really annoying.
Vince McMahon.
See, I don't even know who these people are. See.
Yeah, see, I'm showing my age and everything else. Just how much of a nerd I am.
I got subjected to that shit because like when you're in a Sicilian family, like women have no say, like basically, you know. So it's like my brother ordered it. It's like okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever. DMS and Michael, you two can go screw off.
I was actually kind of laughing at their comments. It's like,
no, I didn't say that. No, actually, Michael, he said Ed McMahon. I said Vince McMahon. Okay, Michael, I said Vince McMahon. Round Eye said Ed McMahon.
Said Ed McMahon.
No, I didn't. No, you did. Elizabeth, I'm going to need you to delete this live stream.
Nope.
No, I did say Ed McMahon. I also said that. When was I on with Hats the last time? I also said that Clint Eastwood was in a movie called Dirty Sanchez, and I'm pretty sure that's a sex pose.
Well, yeah, if you go on Urban Dictionary.
Well, I kept saying it was Dirty Sanchez, and he's like, bitch, what did you just say? And I said, Dirty Sanchez. He goes, it's Dirty Harry. And I'm like, it is not Dirty Harry. He's like, it's Dirty Harry. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm going to need you to delete this live stream.
Not going to do it.
No, it's a Hats. I was like, you need to delete this. The Dirty Sanchez. He's like, no, it's funny.
DMS already has eclipsed is what she said. So
you're all terrible people. You know?
late.
You're all clearly disgusting. So here's a picture of my asshole. I need to go look and see if End Times Mary's posted anything. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody in the chat say that she posted something. She's a trooper. I posted a short of her farting, and she was all up in my comments.
Nice.
I was like, you got to do some more stuff that's funny about your roommates, especially Barbara. And she's like, I'm working on it. I'll work on it for you, girl. I'm like, good. You got to tell me if she steals any more of your dough and your cheese. She's like, I hate all of my roommates. I love her. I think she's great. She needs to put up more content. That was a funny video. I don't care what anyone says. She was sucking on that candy and she's like, you know, Facebook is disgusting. And they deleted my post. So I posted a picture of my anus in the doc. And I was like, you're all clearly disgusting. So here's a picture of my asshole. And they didn't even delete it. She starts laughing. And then it's just hilarious. I love her.
Oh,
I think
go right ahead. Go right ahead. All right, guys. I'm pooped.
I'm going to jump off too. I am tired as well.
I got to get to work tomorrow.
Yeah, 4 a.m. comes early, so.
Oof.
Yeah, I got to wake up at 3:30.
Yeah, I don't sleep for like 5 hours, so.
Yeah, that's like me. I'm like, I have such bad insomnia. All right, Elizabeth, I'll talk to you in DMs. I'll talk to you too in DMs, Round Eye. And
all right,
okay.
love
you
y'all.
guys all have
Thanks
a good
for
night.
coming.
Love y'all too. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, folks.